Have you ever noticed how people talk about racket sports? Like it's all having like a magical wrist. It's all on the wrist, they'll say, and like completely dismiss the equipment. But that got me thinking, how much difference does a racket actually make?
Right.
So that's what we're diving into today with Best Stringer Worldwide.
Okay.
BSW for short.
BSW, yeah.
Honestly, the name alone was a surprise. Like I knew, rackets get pretty strung, but a whole global organization
Yeah.
dedicated to it
It's amazing.
with a whole certification program. Clearly, there's more to this than meets the eye. Their website is our main source today. It was last updated September 6th, 2024, so it's fresh off the press. And it's not just about the technical skill of stringing. BSW is really making a statement about expertise itself. Like what's striking is their emphasis on the why behind what they do.
Yeah.
They talk about honest and thorough stringing skills, helping stringers understand the science behind it, not just blindly following trends, but really serving each individual player. It's like they're saying, hey, even something as niche as racket stringing deserves serious expertise.
Absolutely. I think they're challenging the idea that this is just like a quick fix, a simple service,
Right.
BSW is tapping into, I think, a deeper truth about specialized knowledge. It exists in so many fields.
It really does.
But we often don't see it. We live in a world obsessed with, shortcuts, quick fixes, but BSW is saying, hold on, true mastery is about understanding the nuances,
Yeah.
the detail.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they don't just say it, they back it up with their approach to string tension, which frankly threw me for a loop.
Okay.
They don't buy into that whole crank it up for more power thing. They actually say higher tension isn't always better.
Interesting.
Which honestly blew my mind a little. You'd think, like, tighter strings, more power.
Right. Yeah, you would assume that.
Right. It's like that old saying, if you want something done right, you got to find somebody who knows what they're doing. And this is where it gets really interesting, because BSW isn't just catering to, say, professional athletes with money to burn on every tiny advantage. They work with everyone, from what I can tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got programs for both casual and competitive players,
Yeah.
which tells me their methods must be incredibly adaptable.
Yeah.
It's not just about squeezing a few more miles per hour out of a pro's serve.
Right.
It's about understanding the fundamentals that apply at every level.
Exactly. It points to like a very strong underlying methodology.
Okay.
Something that can be scaled to different levels of play, different equipment, different personal preferences. It's like they've cracked the code, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's not about like secrets. It's about really applying that knowledge systematically.
Okay. So how does their certification system play into all of this? They've got certified stringer, professional stringer, master tour stringer,
It's pretty intense.
like a whole ranking system, like you see in martial arts or something.
Yeah, you see that in other fields too.
Right.
Especially in like skilled trades. Think of like, master electricians, sommeliers, even like musical instrument repair, those folks who really know their craft.
Wow.
And certification serves a few key purposes, I think. First, it standardizes the knowledge.
Makes sense.
So no matter who you go to, a certified stringer should have at least a certain baseline level of expertise.
Okay.
Second, it builds trust and reputation,
Yeah.
both for the individual stringer, but also for the field as a whole.
Right.
And then here's kind of the kicker. I think it often drives innovation.
Oh, how so?
Well, when you have that kind of shared foundation of knowledge, now you can start to really experiment in a much more informed way. It's not just like random tinkering.
I see.
It's like pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Because you've got that baseline of, okay, this is the standard.
Right. Exactly.
Let's see what we can do.
Right, and we're going to experiment and push boundaries in a way that's actually meaningful.
Right.
It's not just somebody like messing around in their garage.
Exactly.
Right. It allows for informed experimentation, which, maybe leads to new techniques, maybe leads to better materials or tools down the line. BSW is kind of raising the bar for everybody.
Right. I went into this whole deep dive thinking it was like just about racket stringing,
Yeah.
but it was really opened my eyes to like this whole idea of hidden expertise.
It really is fascinating when you start to, peel back the layers on something.
We take so much for granted.
You
Like
do. Yeah.
you assume things are simple
Right.
or straightforward.
Yeah.
When actually there's this whole world of like
wow.
knowledge behind it. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a good stringer and a bad stringer. But
Right.
I never considered this level of like detail, the science, the customization.
Yeah.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. And that's the beauty of these deep dives, right? Like, we uncover these hidden depths
It's true.
in places you'd least expect them.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what other fields have this kind of hidden depth. You know, what else are we just kind of missing out on?
Totally.
Because we don't even realize the expertise that's involved.
It's a great question to keep in mind, honestly, as we navigate a world just overflowing with information.
Yeah.
It's like a call to be more curious,
Right. Absolutely.
more discerning about, like, seeking out real expertise
Yeah.
in any field.
Yeah.
That, is meaningful to you.
Totally.
Because, as we've discovered with BSW, those things that we think are just details can actually make all the difference.
It's so true. It's the details. It's
Yeah.
understanding those nuances. That's where true mastery lies in any field.
Absolutely. Well said. And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of Best Stringer worldwide.
We're the best stringer worldwide, passionate